Hello, my name is Casey, and today I'm going to walk you through how to manage content for your lodge, how to send push notifications, add events, and everything like that. First thing that you're going to receive is a link to the My Elks App admin dashboard, and you should receive that either in an email. So the first screen you'll see is this login page, and you are going to be using the same email and password that you use to log into the app and create an account on the app on your phone. So once you have all that entered in, you're going to click login. For you, you should only see the lodges that you are an admin of. So I've got this example lodge set up here, and I'm going to go ahead and walk you through everything. So you should see your lodge here. Now to actually access the dashboard where you manage all of the content and settings and everything for your page, you'll click this little three-dot menu right here and then click dashboard. So the first screen that you're going to see is this overview page. On here, you'll be able to track new users in the upper right-hand corner. So month over month, as you gain new users, you'll see that number increase and change. Below that, there's a box that says total active users. So that's going to track how many members currently have your lodge set as their active lodge in the My Elks app. Total visited users is going to track. So if there's members that are traveling and visiting different lodges, that number is going to track right here. On the right, there's a button that says average notification open rate. So as you start sending out push notifications, you'll see that number change. Below that, there's a box that says active users. So this is going to list out all of the members that have your lodge set as their primary lodge in the app. So you'll be able to see things like full name, email. We do have a reward feature, which I'll cover in a moment, but you'll be able to track how many points each member has. And if you click this little three-dot menu, you can trigger a reset password link to get sent to their email if they're having trouble logging in. And if you click this edit button, this will allow you to modify reward points. So if you're giving out points to a member, or if you needed to adjust a member's point balance, you could do that here. Below that, there's a box that says push notification engagement. Each notification that you're going to send out will be listed here, and you'll be able to track the opens for each one. So that's pretty much it for this overview page. Now the next screen I'm going to go to is the lodge settings page on the left-hand side underneath the overview. So if I click on here, you'll see there's two tabs at the top, one for general and one for users and permissions. So on the general page, there's a few things you can do, like this is your lodge title up here, so that's what members will search for when they're looking for a lodge. Below that, it says app icon. So at the top here, and let me go ahead and pull up, I've got a preview of the app. So at the top, there's this blue My Elks logo, but if your lodge had your own logo that you wanted to upload and replace, you could upload that here from your computer, and that would change that. On the right-hand side, there's this location image box where you'll be able to upload an image of your lodge. And I'll show you right now in the app where that's located. So if I go back on the home page, the first page that members see when they log into the app, right now by default, there's this white My Elks building that we've created as a default if you have nothing uploaded here in this location image page. But if you did want to upload a picture of your lodge and replace that, you would just click add image, and then you could upload it from your computer, or if you already had something uploaded, you could select that there. And then once you're finished, you click Save Changes, and then that will update in the app. And so the next tab I'm going to go to is Users and Permissions. So here, this is where you can control who has access to this admin dashboard. So if you want to add a member, you just click the blue Add Member button, and then you can either search by name, or if you have their email address, you can search them there and they'll pull up. And then you'll just assign them a role of editor and then click add member and they'll appear in the list here. Now the next page I'm going to go to is notifications. So this is where you'll send out those push notifications that your members will receive on their lock screen. They'll be able to open it up and view the full message in the app. So to create a new notification, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is click this blue new notification button right here. And then a pop-up will appear where you're able to add a title. You can set the date and time that you want that notification to go out. You can even include a link. So if you had a link to purchase tickets or to pay dues or just more information for something, you can put that in there. You can also add an image. So if you wanted to attach an image with that notification, you can add that. And then obviously you can include your message here. Now once you're finished, you can click add, and then that will get added to the list. Now before it gets sent out, it'll have a status of pending. And then once it reaches the time that it's scheduled to be sent out, it'll change to delivered, as you can see here on this message down below. Now, while it still is pending, you can click this little three-dot menu here, and you'll see an option for edit. So if you wanted to go back and change any of the details, like the time the notification is going to go out or the message itself. You could go back and change that. And then when you're finished, you just click update, and then it'll update in the list. Now, after it's been delivered, you are no longer able to go back and edit that message. So if I click this 3-dot menu here, you'll see that the only option you have is to delete. So that's pretty much it for the notifications page. The next page I'm going to go to is the events page. So this is where you'll be able to add all of your events and things going on at the lodge. So in the top left-hand side here, you can see we already have a calendar created. You can create multiple calendars to assign events to. To do that, all you have to do is click this little plus icon, and then a pop-up appears where you're able to add a title for your calendar. So I'm going to call this Kitchen Specials, and then you just assign it a color code and click Add. And then now that's available for you to add events to. To create an event, you can either click this New Event button up here, or you can click on the date that you want that event to be, and then a pop-up will appear where you're able to add all of your event details. You can add things like a title, a description, and it is multi-line, so if you had a lot of information, you could add that there. You can also add a link, so if there's a link to purchase tickets or something like that, you could add that. Below that, there's a toggle for sending an event notification, so if you wanted to send a reminder or just an update about a particular event, you can toggle that on, and then you schedule the date and time you want that notification to go out, and add your message. And then once you click add and add that event, that notification will get scheduled. We also have this option for sign-up sessions. So the way this works is it's one person per time slot. So if you needed volunteers for an event, as an example, you could create multiple time slots. You can make them for whatever time you need those people. So I'll do 6:30 to 7, just as an example. And then in the app, there'll be an option for them to click sign up when they view the event. And I'll show that momentarily after I add this. And once they click that, it'll assign their name to that time slot. And then you'll also be able to view who signed up for what time slot here on this admin dashboard when you click and view the event. You can also add a featured image. So if you had a graphic or something you wanted to associate with that event, you could put that there. And then obviously below there, you can set the date and time you want the event to be. You can set the time zone, and then we do have repeating options for daily, weekly, monthly, first and second weekday of each month, first weekday of each month, and yearly. But I'm going to go ahead and set this to does not repeat. And then the bottom box says calendars. So if you click in there, that's how you assign which calendar you want this to be on. So I'm going to assign this to the main calendar and click add. So now you can see this on the calendar here. And then if I open up the app, you'll see we already have a section for the main calendar here on the home page. So you can see that here and click on it. You see all the event details, that link that I added, description, and then here are those RSVP sign-up slots. So if I click my name right here and go back and I'll look on the event here, you'll see my name is now assigned to that time slot that I signed up for. Now another place they can also view the event is on the calendar page, which is the full calendar that we have set up, and you'll see there's a little dot here on the fourth, sorry. And if I see that there, you'll see the event. You can click on it and view the same details. So that's pretty much it for the events page. Now the next page I'm going to go to is content. So on content, this is where you can add things like your newsletter, any news or announcements, facility information, links to your websites, anything that's not an event really you can add here. So to create a new piece of content, you just click this new item button in the top right hand side, and then a pop-up will appear where you're able to give it a title. So I'm going to call this main newsletter as an example. Click add, and now that adds it to the list. Now to actually edit the content, you click the little 3-dot menu here and then click edit, and then this will take you to the content editor. So the first thing you'll see, there's this little blue plus icon, and if I hover over it, a little menu appears where I'm able to add things like an image, title, paragraph, and there's even an option for a PDF. So if you had like the PDF newsletter or a flyer for something, you could put that in there. One thing I want to note is this image gets used as the featured image in the app, so that is what will show on the icon or in that carousel or wherever you have it displayed. So it's always important to add an image here. So I'm just going to use this default Phoenix one that I've uploaded right here, and I'll give it a title. And then in the paragraph section, I'm just going to add some text to view this month's newsletter. And this works as, any kind of text editor. So if I highlight this, you can change the text size. You can also change the text color, and that'll be viewable in the app. And then you can upload a PDF here. So if I click Add File, and I click Upload, I can either drag a file here or upload directly from my computer. So I've got this PDF right here ready. I'm going to go ahead and upload that. Click Upload Media. And then once it's finished, I'm going to click up here back to the file library. And you'll see that appear in the list. And I select on it and then click Save. So now I've got all my content added. On the right hand side, there's two boxes. One says Content Categories and one says Linked Web View. The first box that says Content Categories gives you the ability to categorize the content that you add so you can display them in different sections and organize it a little bit easier. So right now the two that we have are News and Resources. You can, if on the left hand side below Content, there's a box that says Content Categories, and you can go in there and add any other category that you want to assign content to. But for right now, I'm just going to assign this to the News category and click Save. Now for the linked web view, if instead of me wanting to add all of this content, add a title, paragraph, upload a PDF, and I wanted to have this link to a website or some other link, I could paste that in here and they'll be able to click on it. And I'll demo that here momentarily. So if I click Save, and then look in the app here, I'll go to the home page. You'll see we already have a section for news. So if I click on this main newsletter here, everything will appear. So here's the image that I added, and I can click on it to view that full image. Title, here's that text that I added with the highlight color, and I changed the color of the text, and then the PDF. And so if I click on the PDF, it'll load, and I'll be able to go through and view, whatever is on there. Now let me demo real quick if I add a link instead. So I'm just going to have this go to Google. And I'm going to click Save. And so this is going to overwrite all of the text and paragraph and PDF information that I've added. So if I pull up the app now and I click on News, it's going to go directly to that link within the app. So that is pretty much it for the content page. I will show you the content categories section real quick where you manage all of those categories that you have to assign content to. So there's that News and Resources categories that I have, but if I wanted to create a new one, let's just say I'll call this Volunteer Opportunities. I'll give it a color code, click Add. Now that's available for me to assign content to. Next page I'm going to show you is actually Pages. So this is where you'll manage the layout of your app. So right now in the My Elks app, you can have 4 pages that are available for users to go to. So the ones that you'll see when you first log into the dashboard and into the app are the home page, calendar page, location page, and the rewards page. I'll review the rewards section here momentarily, but the first thing I want to show you is how to manage the layout of the home page. So to do that, you'll see a little 3-dot menu again. I'll click that and then click Edit, and this will bring me to the layout editor. So you'll see here when you first log in, there'll be some sections that we've pre-created for you to make things easier to get going. So the first one is that lodge title, local weather. We have a carousel for upcoming events, news, and resources. And you can see that within the app. So you have that title right here, the local weather widget, this upcoming events carousel, news carousel, and then there's a resources carousel. To access the settings for any of these, all you have to do is click the gear icon, and then you'll be able to change whatever settings that you'd like. Then now, if I open up the app and go to the top, you'll see that text has changed. If I go back, I can also rearrange the order of anything that I have on here. So if I wanted to move anything up or down, I can just click in this white space here and then drag it wherever I'd like the component to be. So you can see now in the app, the news is right there, resources and upcoming events is at the bottom. Now the way these carousels work, if I click the gear icon here, for the item carousels, you'll see in the bottom right hand side there's a box that says content categories. And so right now it's assigned to that news category. So anything I add in content and assign to the news content category, it will automatically pull into this carousel. And if I click in here, you'll see the other 2 categories that we have, resources and volunteer opportunities. Now I can mix and match, and I could add multiple categories into one. So if I wanted everything to be in one carousel, I could do that. And then so anything I add under news, resources, or volunteer opportunities would automatically get pulled into this carousel. Now you will see options for standard carousel, stacked carousel, and swipe away carousel. These just change the design of that carousel in the app. So if I click stack carousel and click save and view that in the app, you'll see it's changed a little bit of the UI and the design of it. Now the same thing works for these event carousels. If I click the gear icon, you'll see in the bottom right hand side there's a box that says calendars. And so this is right now, it's pulling any event that I add under the main calendar. And if I click in here, you'll see that other calendar that I created for kitchen specials, and I can add as many different calendars into one carousel as I'd like. And so anything that I add under main or kitchen specials would get pulled under here. But if I remove that kitchen specials, it'll only pull anything under main. Click save. Let me go back. Now I do have the ability to add more sections or more content if I like. So let's say I want to have a separate carousel for kitchen specials. I can click this add component button here at the bottom, and then a pop-up will appear with all of the components that I'm able to add to a page. So the main ones that you'll probably be working with are these event carousels and event lists, so that has anything to do with the calendar page. The item carousels and item lists have anything to do with content. And you can see we have the text banners, you can add image banners, event calendars being used on the calendar page, the map and address is being used on the location page, and the loyalty tab page is being used on the rewards page. And then you also have options for a web view, there's that weather greeting that's at the top, and then nearby locations is just that lodge locator, so if you wanted to add that on there so members could pull that lodge locator up quickly, you could do that as well. So let me go ahead, I'm going to add an event carousel, and it automatically adds it to the bottom here. And right now it says untitled component, but if I click in here, I can give it a new title. So I'm going to call this kitchen specials and then click enter to save. Now to actually assign a calendar to it, I'm just going to click the gear icon, and then right now it's blank. But if I click this calendar box in the bottom right hand side and select kitchen specials, it'll automatically pull any events that I add under kitchen specials. So let me go ahead and click save. And so right now in the app, if I scroll down, you'll see that new section for kitchen specials. So let me go ahead and create an example kitchen specials event so you can see how it populates. So let me go back to the events page, and I'm just going to click on the 5th. And for time's sake, I'm just going to leave these blank, and then I'm going to assign it to the kitchen specials calendar. And then click add. Now if I pull up the app, you'll see there's that kitchen special event that I just created in the kitchen special section. So I can click on it as just this default image, and it would have any of the details right here. Now to go back, I want to show you how the rewards section works. So I'm going to go to pages, and then on the rewards page, I'm going to click the little 3-dot menu and click edit. And you'll see the loyalty tab page component right here in the middle. To access the settings for the rewards, I just click the gear icon, and then this will bring me to the settings. So you'll see at the top there's general, rewards, and analytics. So general is going to control how members earn points. So there's two ways members can earn points. They can either use their location, which would be tied to your lodge address, and they can click check-in, and then it'll read their location and make sure they're at your lodge, and they'll earn a point. Or there's this QR code in the upper right hand side, and you can actually save this image and print it off. And if you wanted to display that in your lodge, there's a scanner within the app where they can scan to earn a point. So right now the default is members can earn points every 12 hours, which is controlled right here on this check-in interval box. But if you wanted to change that to, let's say, 24 hours, you could do that and click save. And now members can only earn points every 24 hours. So when I click save, that automatically takes me to the components page. But if I want to go back and edit anything, I just go to this rewards, click the 3-dot menu and click edit. And this brings me back to the component settings. Now to actually create rewards, I'm going to click the rewards tab here. And you'll see we actually have two that are already created, one for $1.50 off a drink and one for a free appetizer. And you can see for the $1.50 off a drink, you have to earn 10 points, and the free appetizer is 20 points. Now to create another reward, I just click this new reward button, and then a pop-up will appear where I'm able to give it a title. So let's make this free meal. I can determine how many points a member needs to earn in order to earn that reward. And I can also add an image. So let me go ahead, I'm going to just select this one as an example and click save, and then click add. So now if I pull up the app and navigate to the rewards page, you'll see those 3 rewards here. So one for the $1.50 off a drink, the free meal I just added, and the free appetizer. And to check in, they would just click this check-in box here. And then here's the scanner if they want to scan the QR code, or they can click this check-in button, which will read their location and make sure they're at their lodge. And then also under history, they'll be able to see a list of all the rewards they've earned and redeemed. So now I'm going to show you what it looks like when a member actually earns enough points to redeem a reward. So I'm going to go to this analytics page here where you can also view how many total reward points have been earned, how many points have been redeemed, and how many actual rewards have been redeemed. You can see my user right here, and I'm going to go ahead and adjust my point balance for this example. I'm going to give myself 30 points. If I click save, see I have 30 points here, and then when I open up the app, you see my point balance is now 30. So now I have enough points to redeem this $1.50 off a drink or this free appetizer. So I'm going to go ahead and click redeem as a member, and then a pop-up will appear with this QR code. So a member will present this QR code to an admin of the lodge, which we're able to add under the lodge settings. So anybody that you want to be able to redeem rewards for members, be sure to add them under the lodge settings and users and permissions page. So they'll present this QR code. And to show you how to redeem it, any admin that you add that you want to have this ability will have the scan reward button. And all they'll have to do is click scan reward, and then they'll scan that QR code on the member's phone, and it'll automatically deduct those points from their account and redeem the reward. Now the last page I'm going to show you is the navigation page. So this controls the bottom navigation bar here on the app when members are viewing your lodge. So like I said earlier, you're only able to have 4 pages on the app. And the way it works is each page you assign an icon. So right now the home page has this home icon. You give it a label, and then you link it to which page you want on the page's screen. So if you created a new page and you wanted to remove, let's say, rewards and change that to something else, you would just change the icon, the label, and then assign it to the appropriate page. And then when you're finished, you click save, and that will update in the app. So that is a quick walkthrough of the My Elks admin dashboard. Hopefully this tutorial was helpful to you and will get you going on adding content. You can always contact our support team if you have any questions or need help adding content, and you'll see that in the description below. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy the My Elks app.